Let's start. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari.
Radha Madhava Kunj Bihari
Jaya Gopi Janavallabha Girivaradhari.
Jai Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari
Yashodanandana Vraja Janaranjana.
Yashodanandana Varajanan
Yash
Janaranjana
Yashodanandana Vraja Janaranjana.
Yashodanandana Varajanan
Yashodanandana Vraja Janaranjana.
Yashodana
Yashodanandana Vraja Janaranjana.
Yashoda Janan
Yamunatira Vanachari.
Yamunati Vanachari
Yamunatira Vanachari.
Yamunati Vanachari
Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari.
Jaradha Madhava Kunj Bihari
Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari.
Jaradha Madhava Kunj Bihari
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Jaya Radha Madhava Radha Madhava Radha Madhava Shri Radhe.
Radha Madhav, Radha Madhav, Shri Radhe.
Jaya Giri Govardhan, Giri Govardhan, गिरि गोवर्धन जय गिरि गोवर्धन
जय गिरि गोवर्धन, गिरि गोवर्धन, गिरि गोवर्धन, जय गिरि गोवर्धन।
जय जगन्नाथ जय जगन्नाथ बलदेव जय सुभद्रा
जय जगन्नाथ जय जगन्नाथ, जय बलदेव जय सुभद्रा।
जय गौरानिताय 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 जय गौरानिताय
जय गौरानिताय गौरानिताय गौरानिताय, जय गौरानिताय।
जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद
जय जय प्रभुपाद प्रभुपाद प्रभुपाद, जय जय प्रभुपाद।
निताय गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल निताय गौर हरि बोल
नित्य गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल, नित्य गौर हरि बोल।
just give me a minute there's someone on the door sorry so today we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam Canto 1 chapter 9 verse number 2 Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय नमः।
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
Narayanam Namaskritya
नारायण नमस्कृत्य
Naram Chaiva Narottamam
नमं चैव नरोत्तमं।
Devim Saraswatim Vyasam
देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं
Tato Jayam Mudirayet
ततो जयमुदीरयेत्।
Nashtaprayeshu Bhadreshu
नष्टप्रायश अभ्रदेषु
Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya
नित्यं भागवत सेवया।
Bhagavate Uttama Shloke
भगवते मत उत्तम श्लोके
Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki
भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठिकी।
Let's read Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 9, verse number 2. तदा ते भ्रातरः सर्वे
तदा ते भ्रातरः सर्वे
सदश्वै स्वर्णभूषितैः
सदा स्वे स्वर्णभूषिते
अन्वगच्छन् रथैर्विप्रा
अन्वगच्छन् रतेर्विप्रा
व्यासधौम्यादयस्तथा
व्यासदौम्यादयस्तथा
तदा ते भ्रातरः सर्वे
तदा ते भ्रातरः सर्वे
सदश्वै स्वर्णभूषितैः
सदा स्वे स्वर्णभूषिते
अन्वगच्छन् रथैर्विप्रा
अन्वगच्छन् रतेर्विप्रा
व्यासधौम्यादयस्तथा
व्यासदौम्यादयस्तथा
Can Someone repeat, please.
Tada te bratra sarve
Tada te bhratara sarve
sada sve swarna bhushitay
sada svaisvarna bhushite
anvagachan rate vipra
anbagachan rate vipra
vyasa domyadas tata.
vyasadhamyadayasthatha. Okay, word to word meaning synonyms. Tada,
Pada
at that time.
at that time.
They,
They,
all of them.
all of them,
Bhratara,
Bhratara,
the brothers.
the brothers,
Sarve,
Sarve,
all together.
all together.
Sat Ashvai,
Sad Ashway,
drawn by first class horses.
drawn by first class horses.
Swarna,
Swarna,
gold.
gold,
Bhushitai,
Bhushitay,
being decorated with.
being decorated with
Anvagachan,
Anvakachan,
followed one after another.
followed one after another.
Rathai,
Ratai,
on the chariots.
on the chariots.
Vipra,
Vipra,
O Brahmanas.
O Brahmanas.
Vyasa,
Vyasa,
the sage Vyasa.
the sage Vyasa.
Dhaumya,
Dhaumya,
Dhaumya.
Dhaumya.
Adaya,
Adaya,
and others.
yes.
Tatha,
Tata,
also.
also.
Translation by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. At that time, all his brothers followed him on beautiful chariots drawn by first-class horses decorated with gold ornaments. With them were Vyasa and Rishis like Dhaumya, the learned priest of Pandavas and others. ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरन्दस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम् वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवंश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितं च हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्ता राधा कान्ता नमोऽस्तुते तप्त काञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य मुखं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्य ईश्वरम् हरि ओम तत्सत् So the shloka says, Tada te bhratara sarve sadashva swarnabhushitai anvakachan rathair vipra vyasa dhaumya dayastatha. At that time, all his brothers followed him on beautiful chariots drawn by first-class horses, decorated with gold ornaments. With them were Vyasa and rishis like Dhaumya, the learned priest of the Pandavas and others. Okay, so this is a um, beautiful verse. Actually, I mean, it looks very small, but it has a very deep meaning and many lessons to learn from. I mean, this whole chapter is very beautiful and very much inspiring and full of lessons for us. So this chapter is entitled "The Passing Away of Bhishmadev in the Presence of Lord Krishna." So although this verse appears very simple, it describes a royal procession. It contains very important lessons about leadership, family unity, seeking guidance, following great souls, devotee association, and using our material resources in Krishna's service. So it looks very small, but it has a deep meaning. So let's understand the background. What was happening in the heart of Maharaj Yudhishthir? First, we need to understand that. In the previous verses, we learned that. So the battle of Kurukshetra had ended. The Pandavas had won, and Yudhishthira Maharaj had regained the kingdom. So externally, he was successful. His enemy had been defeated. Justice had been established, and Lord Krishna was personally present with them. But internally, Yudhishthira Maharaj was suffering. Why? Because he was thinking, because of me, so many warriors have died. So many women have become widowed. So many children have lost their fathers. So many families have been destroyed. And how can I enjoy a kingdom purchased with the blood of my relatives? This is what Yudhishthira Maharaj was thinking. So the previous verse explains that Yudhishthira Maharaj was deeply afraid that he had committed violence against his own subjects, own relatives. Wanting to understand religious duty properly, he went to the battlefield where Bhishma Dev was lying on a bed of arrows. So this teaches us something very important. What is that? External success does not automatically remove internal confusion. A person may receive a promotion in the office. He may become wealthy. He may win an argument. He may complete a project or achieve an important position, but the heart may still remain disturbed. We see that a lot nowadays in the world. So Yudhishthira Maharaj had the kingdom, but he did not have peace. Then what did he do? He did not hide his confusion. No, he did not pretend that I am the emperor, so I must know everything. He did not use his position to silence those who disagreed with him. Right? He decided to approach a superior authority. That is the beginning of wisdom. A foolish person thinks that I already know everything, but a sincere person thinks I may be wrong. Let me receive guidance. So that is the difference in mentality of a foolish person and a sincere person. So that is why Bhagavad Gita 4.34 teaches us that with the pranipatina pariparshnena sevaya upadikshanti te jnanam jnaninas tattvadarshina. And the spiritual knowledge is received by approaching a genuine spiritual teacher with humility, surrender. So the self-realized souls can impart this knowledge because they have seen the truth. So Yudhishthir Maharaj is demonstrating this principle practically. So there are certain lessons which we learn from this verse. The first lesson we learn is the great leader is willing to be guided. You can note down these points. These are very important. A great leader is willing to be guided. So Maharaj Yudhishthir was not an ordinary person. He was Dharmaraj, the son of Dharma. He was famous for truthfulness, compassion, and religious conduct. But still he approached Bhishma Dev. Why? Because spiritual advancement does not mean that we stop receiving guidance. Real advancement makes us more eager to receive guidance. Now we should not think that okay, now we have taken initiation, so now the job is over. Now whatever I do is right. It's not like that. We should be always eager to receive guidance from the superior authority. That is a real advancement. Sometimes we think I have been practicing Krishna consciousness for so many years. I have read Bhagavad Gita. I have completed several courses. I have responsibility in the temple. I am a senior devotee. I am a parent. I am a manager. I am a devotee. I am a leader. We may think like that. So therefore, we may begin to feel that correction is meant for others. We take pride in our position. But Yudhishthira Maharaj was not like that. He was the emperor of the world, and still he went as a student. So that is the qualification of leader. It's not that the leader knows everything. The qualification of a leader is that the leader knows where to go for guidance, where to seek the guidance. So consider a patient who is also highly educated person, and when that person becomes seriously ill, education in another field does not make him his own doctor, right? He goes to a qualified physician. Similarly, material intelligence alone cannot solve spiritual confusion. So person may be expert in engineering, business or medicine or technology or any administration work or politics, but questions concerning karma, dharma, the soul, the purpose of suffering, purpose of the life, the will of the Lord, that requires spiritual guidance. And Srimad Bhagavatam in 11th canto, 3rd chapter 21, that advises that one who sincerely desires the highest good should take shelter of a genuine spiritual master, one who is deeply established in scripture and realization of the Supreme Lord. So that is the first lesson we learn, that a great leader is willing to be guided. Then um, what quality is Yudhishthir Maharaj showing here? There are three qualities which Yudhishthir Maharaj is showing in this verse. That first is he recognized his confusion. You know, many problems remain unresolved because we refuse to admit that we are confused. Right? Sometimes if someone asks us, we say, "I am fine. I know what I am doing. No, there is no problem." But internally we know we are disturbed. So Yudhishthir Maharaj did not suppress his conscience. He did not suppress his confusion. So that is the first quality Yudhishthir Maharaj is displaying here. Second, he wanted to understand dharma. He was not simply looking for emotional comfort. He wanted to know what is the correct action. What is my responsibility? How should a king act? What does the Shastra say? He wanted to know in that perspective. He wanted to understand dharma, not that he was confused. So he wanted someone to comfort him, someone give him emotional comfort. No, he wanted to understand from the Shastric point of view. What should a king do? Sometimes we approach people only to find someone who agrees with us. So that is not seeking guidance. That is seeking confirmation. So Yudhishthir Maharaj approached Bhishma ready to hear the truth. So that is the second quality Yudhishthir Maharaj is demonstrating. Third quality, he approached a qualified authority. He did not take advice from just anyone. In today's world, whenever there is a problem, we may immediately search social media, chat GPT, or watch some random videos and ask people who have no spiritual realization. But Yudhishthir Maharaj went to Bhishma Dev. Now, Bhishma Dev is counted among the 12 great Mahajans who understand Bhagavad Dharma. There are other Mahajans like Brahma, Narad, Shiva, Kumaras, Kapila, Manu, Prahlad Maharaj, Janaka, Bhishma, Bali, Sukadev Goswami, and Yavraj. So therefore the principle is, do not simply follow what is popular, follow those who know the purpose of life. Right? Because in today's world it is very easy to be misguided. We see so many things on social media. Many people are like, they are very popular, they have so many followers on this on their social media account, and whatever they say, people, they just blindly follow it. But that doesn't mean that those people have the spiritual knowledge, or they have the ability to guide in a spiritual way. So we should follow those who know the purpose of life. Spiritual authority, qualified authority, like how Yudhishthir Maharaj did. So these are the three qualities Yudhishthir Maharaj demonstrated. Now, the second lesson what we learn from this verse is that the spiritual life is a journey. How it is made together. It is talking about the family unity. The verse says, Te Pratara Sarve, all his brothers, and then Advankachan, they followed. See, Yudhishthir Maharaj did not go alone. No? Bhima, Arjuna, Nakul, and Sahadev accompanied him. So this shows the unity of the Pandavas. They had different personalities. Bhima was powerful and direct. Arjuna was an expert warrior and an intimate friend of Krishna. Nakul and Sahadev, They possess their own special abilities. Yudhishthira Maharaj was peaceful, he was truthful and thoughtful. So they were not identical, but they were united in service. So unity does not mean that everyone must have the same personality. Unity means that different personalities accept the same spiritual center. So when Krishna is in the center, diversity becomes beautiful. Right? Prabhupada says, "No, unity in diversity." So when the ego is in the center, diversity becomes conflict. And when Krishna is in the center, diversity becomes beautiful. So this verse offers a beautiful lesson for families. When one member of a family wants to receive spiritual guidance, others should support that person. When the husband wants to attend a Bhagavatam class, the wife can encourage him. When the wife wants to perform devotional service, the husband can assist her. When parents want to bring their children to temple, they should participate together. When a family member is struggling spiritually, others should not criticize or isolate that person. They should accompany the person. So the Pandavas did not say Yudhishthira Maharaj is feeling guilty, so that is his personal problem. No, but they went with him. Right? So sometimes a devotee is passing through anxiety, grief, or doubt, or in discouragement. So at that time, the devotee may not need a philosophical lecture immediately. They first need maybe simply someone's presence. So we may say, okay, I'm with you, don't worry. Let us speak to a senior devotee. Let us go to the temple together. Let us hear Hari Katha. Let us chant together. So that companionship can itself become a form of devotional service. So this our Krishna consciousness movement is based on association. How? See, we chant together, we hear together, we honor prasadam together, we serve together, we celebrate festivals together, we travel to holy places together, we encourage one another. Right? And Chaitanya Charitamrita declares, Sadhu Sangha, Sarva Shastra Kai, Lava Matra Sadhu Sangha, Sarva Siddhi Hoy. So all revealed scriptures emphasize association with devotees, and even a moment of genuine devotee association can bring spiritual success. Why is association so powerful? Because our consciousness is influenced by those around us. So when we associate with people who constantly discuss money, enjoyment, criticism, and competition, our consciousness moves in that direction. But when we associate with devotees who discuss Krishna, service, humility, and chanting, our consciousness gradually becomes spiritualized. So, in related to this, there is another um, reference in Srimad Bhagavatam in 7th canto, I think 7.7.26, where um, it's been discussed what did Prahlad Maharaj learn in his womb. So he got the direct association of Narad Muni when Prahlad Maharaj was in his mother's womb, and he learned whatever Narad Muni told him. And into that reference, um, I think that is in 10th canto or 11th canto, I don't remember exactly. But, I heard in a lecture that what is Krishna asking us to do. So Krishna is giving us all a very special offer. Krishna is saying that you give me your body, this body, material body, and in return I will give you a body similar to my body, like the spiritual body. But what happens? Um, we Jiva, we are so bound by this material modes of nature that we doubt Krishna. That okay, if what if I give my body to Krishna, but in return Krishna does not give me anything? We doubt Krishna like that. That is our conditioning. But still Krishna says, okay, not only body, I will give you a body with ornaments, jewelries, abhushan. But still, we jivas, we are still bounded by the material modes of nature, And we still doubt Krishna that, oh, like, how is it possible? If I give my body and Krishna, what if Krishna doesn't give that in return? So Krishna says, okay, don't worry. You keep your body, just give me one limb, one part of your body. Just give me one part of your body. And then I will, in return, I will give you the spiritual body. Can anyone guess what that part of the body Krishna is asking for? Any guesses? Anyone?
Our mind, Prabhu? Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Yes, mind. Okay. Anyone? Anything else? Any guess? Any other guess? Jajati Prabhu says mind. Anyone else?
I mean, once we are engaging the mind, automatically all the other senses and everything else also gets engaged. Krishna.
Hmm.
I mean, that's my thought.
Okay. Okay. So Krishna is saying that give me only one part of your body, and that is our tongue, jiva, tongue. Why? Because through tongue we can chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And if we just do that, Krishna is ready to give us the spiritual body. So that intelligence comes when we are in the sattva guna, when we are in the mode of goodness. And how will that come? By taking the association of devotees who discuss Krishna, who discuss about service, who discuss about chanting. When we start to wake up early in the morning, then our consciousness gradually becomes spiritualized. We come into the mode of goodness. Then we surrender to Krishna, and then when we surrender to Krishna, then Krishna gives us this. When we follow the instructions of Krishna, Krishna gives us the spiritual body. So we just have to give our tongue to Krishna. So simple, Krishna has given us. Srimad Bhagavatam in fifth canto, fifth chapter, second verse says, Mahat Sevam Dwaram Ahur Vimukte. So service to spiritually advanced personalities opens the door to liberation. And therefore, we should ask ourselves, who am I following? Whose words are entering in my heart every day? Who influences my decisions? Do my associations take me towards Krishna or away from Krishna? So we should ask all these questions. Then third lesson we learn from this verse is Anvagachan, the culture of following. The word Anvagachan is very significant. It means that they followed. No? The spiritual path is not a path of manufacturing, it is a path of following. So we follow the footsteps of who? The Acharyas. We do not imitate their extraordinary activities, but we follow their instructions, their mood and principles. So there is a difference between imitating and following. Right? A child may imitate a doctor by wearing a white coat, but that does not make the child a doctor, a qualified surgeon. Similarly, we cannot imitate the activities of exalted devotees, but we can follow their obedience, we can follow their humility, their chanting, their service attitude, and their dedication. The Pandavas were following Yudhishthir Maharaj, who was following Bhishma Dev, who was following the principles of Dharma. Bhishma Dev was following the principles of Dharma, Yudhishthir Maharaj was following Bhishma Dev, and the Pandavas were following Yudhishthir Maharaj. And Lord Krishna was guiding the entire arrangement. So this is parampara, this is a chain. Now, Krishna gives knowledge, the acharyas receive it, the spiritual master transmits it, the disciple hears and follows, the disciple then helps others follow. So our spiritual strength does not come from being independent, it comes from being properly connected. We should be connected to the instructions of our spiritual master. We can learn this from the example of Dhruv Maharaj. Right? Narad Muni instructed Dhruv Maharaj to go to the forest and meditate on the Supreme Personality of God, or Godhead. Right? And Dhruv Dhruv Maharaj, when he was meditating on the form, on the Supreme Personality, he did not think about the ultimate result, ultimate what will happen after I meet the Supreme Personality. But he was just following the instructions of Narad Muni. Whatever process Narad Muni had told him, he was just following that with, he was strictly following that without any deviation, without thinking about anything else. So that is called as properly connected to the spirit, being connected to the words of spiritual masters. And then what happened? He followed that process, and when Lord Krishna, was Supreme Personality, came in front of him, um, like Dhruv Maharaj also was a very small child. No, it's not like that he had so much spiritual knowledge, or he knew the entire Brahma Samhita, nothing else, nothing. But as soon as Lord, the Supreme Personality of Godhead placed the conch on his forehead, all the knowledge, all the spiritual knowledge entered into his heart. So that happens when we are connected to the words of our spiritual master. When we follow the instructions of our spiritual master as it is, we achieve success in our spiritual life. Right? So, like a mobile phone may be expensive and it may be technologically advanced, but without connection, without internet, or without having a SIM card in it, it cannot communicate. So similarly, a person may be talented, he may be intelligent and enthusiastic, but without connection to Guru, Sadhu, and Shastra, spiritual life becomes vulnerable. Mm. So, like we can ask a question to ourselves, like when I have to make an important decision, what do I normally follow? Do I follow my mind? Do I follow public opinion? Do I follow social pressure? Do I follow personal convenience? Or do I follow a respected spiritual authority? Do I follow Guru, Sadhu, and Shastra? You know? So the mind usually asks what feels comfortable, what feels simple. The ego asks, how will I look? The senses ask, what will I enjoy? But Shastras ask, what will please Krishna? So bhakti begins when pleasing Krishna becomes more important than satisfying the uncontrolled mind. Note it down. Bhakti begins when pleasing Krishna becomes more important than satisfying the uncontrolled mind. Then, fourth lesson we learn from this verse is the presence of Vyasa and Dhaumya. So, this verse specifically mentions Vyasa, Dhaumya, Dayas, Tatha. So, Vyasdev, Dhaumya, and other sages also accompanied the Pandavas. So, why are these personalities mentioned? Because a healthy society requires spiritual intelligence. A king may have political authority, military power, and financial resources, but he still needs guidance from saintly persons. So Vyasadeva represented transcendental knowledge. He compiled the Vedic literature and presented the Srimad Bhagavatam. We all know. So Dhaumya was a learned priest of the Pandavas. He guided them through many difficult situations. So this shows the proper cooperation between leadership and spiritual wisdom. Right? The power without wisdom, what will happen? It will become dangerous. Right? So the knowledge without practical responsibility may remain theoretical. But when responsible leaders accept guidance from genuine spiritual authorities, society can be properly directed. So, who is a leader actually? Anyone who influences another person is a leader. You know, like a parent is a leader, a teacher is a leader, temple authority is a leader, a manager, an elder sibling is a leader, and even a devotee who brings one new person to Krishna consciousness becomes a leader in that person's life. So Bhagavad Gita 3.21 states that whatever a respected person does, ordinary people follow. And whatever standard such a leader establishes, others pursue. So therefore, the leadership is not primarily a position. Leadership is responsibility for the influence we have on others. Children may not always follow what parents say, but they carefully observe what parents do. Right? In my when I used to work in office, I had a colleague, like he was into pre-sales and he was most of the time on the phone. So one time he told me actually that whenever he was at home with with his children, uh, that time also he was like always on the phone, and then seeing that his daughter also started using phone, and then he asked her, like, why are you using phone? And the daughter replied, because you are using phone, so I'm using it. So what did he do? He kept the phone aside and then he started reading a book. And his daughter also kept the phone aside and she started reading the book. So that changed the habit. So children's, especially, they don't follow what parents say. They carefully observe what you're doing. So if you're reading book, children will also read book. If you're chanting, children will also chant. So we have to be very careful with that. No? If parents say chant Hare Krishna, but they remain absorbed in their phones, then children receive a stronger message from that behavior. If leaders speak about humility but cannot accept correction, then followers also notice that. If we speak about punctuality but regularly arrive late, our example becomes a real instruction. Therefore, Yudhishthira Maharaj teaches leadership through humility. Now, he's telling the whole kingdom that even the king must hear from saintly persons. That is a very strong message Yudhishthira Maharaj is giving out. Then, fifth lesson, a very important one, that opulences can be used in Krishna's service. This verse we see it describes beautiful chariots, excellent horses, and gold decorations. So, why does Srimad Bhagavatam mention these details? The Pandavas were royal personalities. They did not artificially abandon their royal responsibilities and then dress like renunciants. Their opulence was connected to their service. Now, Krishna consciousness does not necessarily mean that everything material must be rejected. It means that everything should be used properly in Krishna's service. How? A microphone can be used for mundane entertainment, or it can amplify Hari Katha. A car can be used only for sense gratification, or it can bring devotees to the temple. A home can be a place of television and arguments, or it can become a temple through chanting, deity worship, prasad, and devotee association. Money can increase pride, or it can support book distribution, prasad distribution, festivals, Vaishnava service. Right? Technologies that can distract the mind, or it can spread Krishna's message. So the question is not only what do I possess, the more important question is in whose service is it being used. The decorated procession was not organized for meaningless exhibition. The Pandavas were going to honor Bhishma Dev and receive spiritual knowledge. So material opulence becomes spiritual when it is sincerely engaged in Krishna's service. And at the same time, one must be careful. Gold may decorate the horse, but gold should not decorate the ego. Right? A big temple, beautiful festival, impressive procession, a successful program should make us grateful, not proud. We should think Krishna has provided these facilities, let them be used for his pleasure and not bring others and for bringing others closer to him. Then the sixth lesson we learn is honoring a devotee at the end of life. Now the Yudhishthira Maharaj, they are going to see Bhishma Dev. So Bhishma Dev was lying on a bed of arrows. Externally, his condition appeared painful and helpless, but spiritually, he was fully conscious. The greatest personalities of the age were coming to hear from him. So, this teaches us not to judge a devotee merely by bodily circumstances. A devotee may be elderly, a devotee may be physically weak, but he may be ill. He may no longer be able to perform visible service he performed previously, but the devotee may carry decades of experience, realization, sacrifice, and remembrance of Krishna. The modern culture often values people according to productivity. So, what can this person still do? The society thinks like that. No, but Vaishnava culture asks, How can I honor or serve this person? So the Pandavas were not thinking Bhishma is now old and injured. What can he contribute? No, but they approached him as an authority. Bhishma Dev's body was pierced by arrows, but his consciousness was fixed on Krishna. His physical condition, his physical position did not reduce his spiritual position. There is also a lesson about preparation for death. How we should prepare ourselves for death. Now, Bhishma Dev used his final moments for remembering Krishna, glorifying Krishna, instructing the next generation, resolving the doubts of Yudhishthir Maharaj, and leaving the world in full spiritual consciousness. So we may not know when our final moment will come. So therefore, preparation should not begin at the time of death. It should begin now. Every sincere round of japa is a preparation. Every verse we hear is a preparation. Every service we perform is preparation. Every time we forgive someone, reduce attachment or remember Krishna, we prepare the consciousness for the final examination. And uh, Lord Krishna is also following, we see, especially in the next verse, that gives an extraordinary detail that Lord Krishna also followed the procession, seated on a chariot with Arjuna. So just consider this, Yudhishthir Maharaj was going to receive knowledge from Bhishma, and the Supreme Personality of Godhead was personally present. Krishna could have directly removed all of Yudhishthir's doubt. Why did he arrange for Yudhishthir Maharaj to hear from Bhishma Dev? Because Krishna wants to glorify his devotees. The Lord is not insecure. He does not think, why are they hearing from Bhishma instead of hearing only from me? But instead, Krishna takes pleasure when his devotee is honored. This is one of the sweetest qualities of the Lord, that Krishna gives credit to his devotees. Krishna gives Arjuna the honor of victory. Krishna gave Hanuman the honor of service. He gave Prahlad the honor of preaching. Krishna gave Srila Prabhupada the honor of spreading the holy name throughout the world. And here Krishna gives Bhishma Dev the honor of instructing Maharaj Yudhishthira. So this also teaches us that genuine spiritual teachers do not replace Krishna. They take us towards Krishna. Bhishma Dev's instruction would not make Yudhishthira Maharaj independent of Krishna. They would help him understand Krishna's arrangement more deeply. So from all these lessons, practically what should we do? There are certain points we can apply in our practical life. Um, First, do not remain isolated when spiritually disturbed. So when you can all note it down, right? These are very useful points. We should not remain isolated when we are spiritually disturbed. When facing confusion or guilt or discouragement or an important decision, approach trustworthy devotees, senior devotees, right? Because isolation often magnifies the voice of the mind, and good association brings perspective. Then second thing to apply in our practical life, ask sincere questions. Like do not be afraid to ask, what does Shastra say? What would be pleasing to Guru and Krishna? What correction do I need? How can I improve my sadhana? So sincere question can change the direction of our life. Then third application in our life, accompany others. So when someone wants to come closer to Krishna, do not merely give instructions. Offer companionship. Now bring that person to the temple, give them prasadam. Now introduce the person to other devotees, chant together, read together, take prasadam together. So that's how you can provide companionship to other devotees. Then fourth, practical application in our life, honor senior devotees. Now seek their memories, their experiences, their instructions while they are present. We often realize the value of someone only after that person is no longer physically accessible. And the fifth thing to apply in our life practically, use what Krishna has given us. Like use our home, vehicle, profession, education, money, technology, time, and abilities in Krishna's service. Because even a small facility becomes glorious when connected to Krishna, connected to the Lord. So I'll stop here. Are there any question or reflection or any comments from anyone?
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Dandavat Pranam, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Yes.
Prabhu, I mean, just as you said, it's very, very nectarian class, Prabhu. Prabhu, this, when you say do not remain isolated when having spiritual confusion,
Hmm.
um, sometimes, I mean, you feel like um, you need to kind of understand, like, when you are actually in a confusion, you don't know exactly what to ask and whom to ask, right?
Hmm.
And then actually that makes the situation such that you be a little isolated, and then you contemplate and you think. Um, but without that, if I hear to many people, can that not actually create more confusion?
Hmm. That is why the second point, no, we should ask sincere devotees. We should see practically who is following uh, perfectly the spiritual life. Who is doing what? We need to see that. It's not like that. Oh, I go to only that person who gives me a emotional comfort. No, or I go to only that person who gives me a instruction or who gives me a solution. No, we have to see as per the situation who can help us, right?
Mhm.
For example,
Mm.
um, Lord Krishna was personally present there with Yudhishthir Maharaj. No?
Yeah.
Lord Krishna could have cleared his confusion, but why did he allow? Why did he wanted him to go to Bhishmadev? Because Krishna wanted to establish the importance of hearing from great devotees,
Mhm.
and he wanted to establish that the spiritual knowledge is received through proper authority. So this importance of hearing from great devotees, that is a very important lesson actually Krishna is teaching us here. Important reflection that we should always hear, we should always share our confusion. There were um, so many examples such that in this year's Vyas Puja we heard from His Grace Mahavara Prabhu that he was telling few incidences where disciples of His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaj, they wrote an email to Maharaj writing that they were struggling with following the regulative principles in their spiritual life, but since long they remained quiet, they did not share their uh, challenges with the Guru, so they didn't know what to do. They were not sharing anything with anyone. But when they shared the challenge with the Guru, then the Guru Maharaj replied that, okay, you should do this, you should do that, and that helped in their spiritual life. So we should not become isolated. If you're facing any challenges following our spiritual practices, we should share that with a senior devotee. We should share that with our Guru. Like for example, His Grace Vishal Gauranga Prabhu is there. Her Grace Amala Majari Mataji are there. Right? I still remember when I was working initially, I was working like a donkey. Right? I was working more than 12 hours a day. I was not getting time to chant anything. But when I spoke to Amala Manjari Mataji, she told me, like that was in year 2016, and she just told me that, okay, you just try chanting 16 rounds one day. Just one day you try. I did chant 16 rounds that day, and from the next day onwards, my life completely transformed. That was in 2016, and now it's 2026. It's been 10 years now. I still remember that help or instruction, you can say, from Amala Mataji. That helped me a lot. So sometimes the solution may be very simple to our problems, but we just need to speak out. We just need to seek the guidance from a proper person. So, and I'm very glad that you are all under very good guidance of Amala Mataji and Vishal Gauranga Prabhu. You can ask them anytime if you have any doubts, any challenges in your spiritual life. Does that
Thank
answer
you.
your question, Prabhu?
Yes,
Okay.
thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you for asking that question, Prabhu.
Thank you.
Yes. Any other point or reflection or question? Sorry, I saw someone hand raised.
Thank you, Shamu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Congrats,
Nice.
Haribol.
Hare
Such a nice
Krishna.
class. So nice to hear you this morning. Very nice class, Prabhu. I'm going to have to listen to it back. I like the points on leadership and Krishna consciousness. You know, inviting people to programs, cultivating people, doing our best to take on responsibility for Prabhupada's movement, and also using all our facilities in Christian service. So even opulence can be used in service, like making donations, supporting festivals, printing books. So yeah, some very nice meditations. I'm going to listen back to the class. It was very nice to hear you speak, and I look forward to hearing it on repeat. There are some announcements which we can give, but I'll wait for other questions and then we can share some
Okay.
announcements. But thank you, Prabhu. Thanks for a wonderful class. Nice to see you.
Thank,
Hare Krishna.
thank you, Prabhu. Thank you. Okay. So if there are no questions, if we have to summarize what we learned, basically the principal teachings we can summarize what Yudhishthira Maharaj is teaching us, like all the lessons. So we can summarize in a way. What is Yudhishthira Maharaj teaching us? Yudhishthira Maharaj is teaching us humility. Like even the emperor approached the supreme authority for guidance. Second, the Pandavas teaches us unity. They did not allow Yudhishthira Maharaj to make the difficult journey alone. They accompanied him. Then third, the word Anvagachan teaches us following. So spiritual life means following Guru, Sadhu and Shastra, not manufacturing our own path. Fourth, Vyasa and Dhaumya represent spiritual intelligence. So the leadership should remain guided by saintly persons and revealed scriptures. Fifth point, the decorated chariot teaches us proper engagement. Material facilities become spiritual when used for Krishna's pleasure. Sixth, Bhishma Dev teaches us spiritual strength. Although his body was lying on arrows, his consciousness was fully fixed on Krishna. And seventh, Lord Krishna teaches us how to glorify devotees. The Supreme Lord personally came to honor Bhishma Dev and established his instructions. So the uh, central message for today's verse is, when confusion comes, do not follow the restless mind alone. In the association of devotees, follow the path shown by Guru, Sadhu and Shastra and move together towards Krishna. So that is the message of this verse particularly. Okay. So let us all pray together that, my dear Lord Krishna, please protect us from pride and false independence. Please give us the humility of Maharaj Yudhishthir, who was willing to seek guidance. Please give us the unity of Pandavas, who supported one another on the spiritual path. Please give us faith in the instructions of Guru, Sadhu and Shastra. Please allow us to use whatever you have given us in your service. Please give us the desire to honor, serve and hear from the Vaishnavas. And at the final moment, please allow our consciousness to remain fixed upon your lotus feet, just as Bhishma Dev fixed his mind completely upon you. So that should be the prayer of everyone. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Shri Bhishma Dev ki jai, Maharaj Yudhishthir ki jai, Srimad Bhagavatam Puran ki jai. Nitai Gaur
Grace,
Premanande, Hari Hari Bol.
His Grace Ram Kalaimata Prabhu Ki Jai.
Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Gurudev ki jai. Um,
We do announcements, Prabhu, quickly. Is that okay?
yes, Prabhuji, please go on.
Thank you. So there's a farewell kirtan today for Pavanitai Prabhu. It's also dedicated to the well-being of His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Guru Maharaj. So that's going to be in Haley Green at Chapapa. So you can contact Sharad Prabhu or Sanjamati for the details. That's at 4 o'clock today. And also there's a final Harinam with His Grace Pavanithai Prabhu and His Grace Jai Gauda Chandra, which will be taking place in Newbury to promote the Newbury Rath Yatra, which is on Saturday the 8th of August in Newbury. So we'll be on Harinam in Newbury High Street from 11 o'clock to 2 o'clock today. So please come and join us for Sankirtan if you have the energy. And then finally, we've got our 2 last Rath Yatras after Reading was a massive success yesterday with so much wonderful feedback. And all feedback is welcome, how we can improve it for next year. So then we have Newbury Rath Yatra in 2 weeks on the 8th of August and Basingstoke Rath Yatra on the 29th of August also. So we look forward to seeing everyone there, and there'll be Harinams in the respective towns leading up to it. So if you'd like to join for Harinam Sankirtan and flyer and book distribution anytime in August, please, you can message me directly and we can coordinate accordingly. But we'll be out most weekends and some evenings in those areas, so watch out for updates. Thanks, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. Okay. Vancha
And
kalpatarubhyascha
can we pray that
Sorry.
Ramakanai Prabhu Mathura Ramakanai joins us for next year's Reading Rath Yatra, because he's such an important part of its history and the whole festival, with all his support behind the scenes with tech and all these things and posters. We'd love for Prabhu and his family to join us next year for Reading Rath
Very
Yatra.
good, very
We'll
good.
see.
That would be great.
We'll see. Thank you so much, Ruya. I was missing everyone yesterday, the whole yatra. I hope, like, I have not seen the photos yet, but if anyone has photos, please share that, or videos. I will see.
The last
I think,
Saturday of July next year, please come, Prabhu. We would love that so much. It will take
yes,
it to another level. So please come,
sure.
Prabhu, with the family.
Yes, sure. Ruya. Okay, definitely.
Jai.
Jai. Thank you. वाञ्छा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यश्च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय
You, Prabhu.
हरे कृष्णा
Yeah.
हरे कृष्णा
Thank you, Prabhu.